Brother Mister, I have a few instructional things to talk to you about to help you out through this. We have a few lines to play. It's a little bit repetitive, so that's not such a big deal with that many lines to play. Right at the top, though, you see this P for pivot, and this is what I used to call an extension. So this whole, pretty much the whole tune, we're going to be playing first in second position and then in fifth, right? So in second position, we're going to extend the first finger for a B flat, for example. And bass players more frequently call that a pivot. So you keep your thumb in the same spot and you pivot your hand down to the B flat. We have that also at, let's see, 17, we go into fifth position. So this would be your A in fifth position, but we're going to pivot down for an A flat when we are, let's see, where do we get here down to, yes, measure 25 is our first A flat where we're going to have to pivot there. So watch the pivots. Next thing is, yes, the shifts, right? So we have second position, and you'll see where it's marked to shift into fifth. Now, you might say, well, why do we have to play it in fifth position? We can play the whole thing in first position. Well, that's true. The reason we're playing part of it in fifth is so that you know how to play up here in fifth. Fifth is a really important spot to play. Bass players play here a lot. Sometimes this is referred to as the tuning position. You see sometimes bass players tune with harmonics at their 7th and 5th fret. Right? And so the 5th and 7th fret, that puts us right there at the tuning position or fifth position. Used a lot. And there's more you can do with vibrato and even controlling the sound of the note, how long it lasts, the style of the note, when you're in positions rather than in first. It's hard to control the note when it's an open string, right? So that's why we want you to learn how to play up here in fifth position. Anything else I need to tell you about? Yes, it's best if you can play this from your computer, I think, because you see my notes written in red. And make sure you follow all those notes exactly as written. The shifts where it says, the fingerings that it says to use. Also, notice a couple things at the top. There are some indications in style. The first few notes have this accent that we call a marcato. And in the notes I put that that's short, staccato we call that, and accented. Staccato meaning short, the Italian word for short. Then in measure 5, you see a little line underneath that second E. That means long or legato in Italian. So the first, in measure 5, the first one's short, second one is long. Right? Then the last note of measure 5 has an accent on it like this. That just means you play that a little bit louder than the other notes around it. All right, let's get practicing. This one is going to take some practice for you to get it up to tempo.